Do you need a living trust in Texas? A lot of people hear that they do, and a lot of people are told that if they don't have one, their family is headed for a disaster. That's usually an oversimplified sales pitch. I'm Harvey Cox, a Texas estate planning attorney, and in this video, I want to give you a calmer and more honest answer. A living trust can be useful, but it is not magic, and it is not the right choice for every married couple. This matters because many couples are trying to make a practical decision. They're not looking for the most impressive document. They're trying to answer a simple question: what plan makes the most sense for our family? And that answer depends on your assets, your family dynamics, and whether a trust would solve an actual problem. So let me give you two situations where a living trust may help. The first is when you own real estate in more than one state. Let's say you live in Texas, but you also own a cabin in Colorado, a rental house in Oklahoma, or a piece of inherited land in New Mexico. If that property is still in your individual name when you die, your family may have to deal not only with a Texas probate matter, but also some form of probate or court proceeding in that other state. That creates extra paperwork, extra cost, and extra delay. A properly prepared and properly funded living trust may help reduce that problem because the trust holds title to the out of state real estate. That's one of the clearest practical reasons to consider a trust. Not because a trust sounds sophisticated, but because it may keep your family from handling two separate legal processes. The second situation is when the family structure or the asset picture is more complicated. For example, maybe this is a blended family. Maybe one or both spouses have children from a prior marriage. Maybe the children don't get along. Maybe one spouse has always handled the money and the other spouse would need help if something happened. Or maybe you want more structure around how assets are managed after the first death. A living trust may help in those situations because it can provide a clearer management system. You can name a successor trustee. You can give directions about how assets should be managed. You can build in more control over what happens after one spouse dies. That doesn't mean a trust fixes every family issue. It doesn't, but in the right setting, it can give a family more order and fewer loose ends. Now, here's the part that often gets left out. A living trust does not do everything. It does not replace your powers of attorney. It does not replace your medical documents. It does not automatically fix beneficiary designation mistakes. It does not remove the need for the rest of your estate plan. And a standard revocable living trust usually does not protect your own assets from creditors just because you place them in the trust. Also, a trust has to be funded. That means assets have to be transferred into the trust properly. Real estate may need new deeds, accounts may need to be retitled, other parts of the plan have to be coordinated. If you sign a trust and never fund it, you may have paid for a binder full of paper that doesn't do what you thought it would do. That's one reason trusts are often oversold. For many Texas married couples, a will-based plan may be enough. If you have straightforward assets, no out-of-state real estate, a stable family situation, and the right supporting documents in place, a well-prepared will-based plan may do the job just fine. That doesn't mean just get a will and forget everything else. You still need to review beneficiary designations, powers of attorney, medical documents, and how your property is titled. But it does mean that not every couple needs a trust just because someone told them probate is always terrible. So do you need a living trust in Texas? Maybe, maybe not. If you own property in another state or if your family and assets call for more structure and control, a living trust may make a lot of sense. If not, a will-based plan may be the better fit. The right answer depends on your family, your assets, and your goals. If you'd like help reviewing your current plan or deciding whether a living trust makes sense for you, schedule a consultation. And if you want more detail, read the related article on my website.